Well, we got the beginning stage of the web store that I'm launching. Getting ready to do inventory of what I have for sale, take pics, so I can send to people, resellers, and potential customers. So this is a little Yeezy section pile that I kind of threw in the corner right there. This is all I see, all foam posits right there. Big ups. I want to give big ups to my man Drizzy. OVO collection. Straight from the OVO store right here in Canada. Exclusive. OVO 12s. Everybody was going crazy on these. These were $220 retail. I sold like 10 pairs of these for like 700 bucks. So I said I did good with these. Music plays a big role in my life. As a kid, I used to DJ. I was into the graffiti. I was into the breakdancing and stuff. My father was a hustler. You know, he flipped clothes and shoes and stuff like that. And all my family owned businesses too. Stores, grocery stores, liquor stores. And me growing up, I always worked for my stuff. And at 9 years old is when I first got my little gig, my little store job, little bodega job, and ever since then, I always kept working, got my money, was able to buy my own clothes, so I was always able to stay fly. You know, the latest kicks come out, no problem. I had that because I was working. It's just in me to wanna flip it, you know. So business is what I like to do. I can pretty much help you out with whatever sneaker you've been wanting. I can help you get that at a fair, decent price too.
I'm known as K Slay. I have a YouTube channel called Slay Kicks. I wouldn't call myself a collector or a sneakerhead. I was just a kid that just like, you know, J's coming out. Like any other kid, they just follow what they see other kids with. So I was like, I never really considered myself a sneakerhead. I just like kicks. Like when I really realized it was a sneaker world and a culture, probably like as an adult. Like as a kid and a teenager, you know, you just wear what's going on, like what's the fad, and that's how it just goes. You follow, you know, not really follow, but you kind of do follow what everyone else or what you see on TV. Or rappers wear, actors wear, stuff like that.
I'm into sneakers, man. I love sneakers. You need to be talking to my wife, though. She got mad sneaks. Like, when we first met, she had a closet of just sneakers, like retro kicks, you know, Jordans, all the Jordans, you know what I mean? But yeah, I got some kicks on myself right now, man. You know how that go. Shout out to Adidas, shout out to Jordans, man. I'm from Chicago, like I said before, so you know Michael Jordan was a heavy influence as far as like the shoes, you know what I mean? Like everybody wanted some Jordans, you know what I mean? So when I got the chance where I could finally buy the ones, you know, that's why I like the retro, because I'm like, yo, those are the ones I wanted when I was a kid in the hood, and I can go get them now. So that's what's up, man. I get them all now.
My name is Scott Stoniello. I'm the owner of the Vault Lifestyle Boutique in Lynn, Massachusetts. One of the leading places to come get hardest to find footwear, street clothing, accessories, and things like that. This is a real running clock with our favorite Jordan in every number. For me, this knit, it's like a sock. It doesn't work because my feet are way too bulky. But for 90% of people, they're making the move to Adidas because of the comfort. This innovative boost, which was something that was started by New Balance actually, that Adidas mastered. So this right here, this innovative boost, is what most people are saying are the most comfortable shoes on the market. I've been collecting sneakers since my first pair of Jordans was 1985. I saved my bottles and cans to get my Jordan 1s that came with a basketball, man. I couldn't get the money to get it from my parents because it just wasn't available. So we were resourceful and made sure that we got them, me and my friends. We literally collected cans, hubcaps, stripped copper, just to get our Jordans.
Me with both my kicks. Hold up. These Vans are too fire. Come on, man. Sneakers is like, it's so important to me. It's like my star views. It's gonna complete your outfit. Like, this shit is important. Like, you could have some. It's like, all right, you can have a white tee, some gray sweats, and you got some fire feet. You lit. That's it. You just need the fire kicks. Like, that's how pointed. That's how star views is. You have on some regular sweatpants, regular plain t-shirt, you throw on some views, like, this shit's gonna transform. Like, that's how kicks is. Like, you need some fire feet. You can't have a fire outfit and have some bum ass kicks. You feel me? Like, unless that's the vibe you're going for, like some punk rock emo shit. I don't know, like, but if you got some fire feet and you got a calm fit, that's all that matters. Like sneakers is like, that's me. I'm a sneakerhead. I'm a type of bitch, I already know, I don't wear heels and shit. Like, that's not me. Like, personally, I'm an online shopper. You're not gonna catch me in the stores. I try to get different shit. Like, I'm over Jordans. I had every Jordans already. I'm 26 years old. Like, I had Jordans before I was like 2. Like, I already had everything in high school, junior high school. Now I just focus on getting real different shit that people's not really wearing. Most of the sneakers I do get is like $150 and better. Like, I don't be getting, like, sneakers are fucking expensive these days. Like, my son's Jordans is a 90 cash. Like, $100 for my son. He's only 6. There's some store called Rue Villa. RueVilla.com. I love them because they be having all the exclusives and shit, and they be having different shit.
I do reviews on sneakers, new releases, stuff that's been out before, and just basically like stuff I pick up. I actually got into it maybe like a year ago. I was on YouTube. I don't know, I came across one of these YouTube guys, and I watched it. Then I came across a few others, and I watched a few other ones, and I'm like, damn. I said, you know what? I went out of Best Buy, ran and got a camera, any type of camera. It wasn't the best camera, but I went out and grabbed the camera, and I just went from there, man. There's always hype. That's how you know. When there's a big hype behind it, a certain pair of sneakers, that's how you know that's gonna be the one. There's always gonna be a hype before the kicks even come out. So that's how I kind of like differentiate things from being like, this is fire and this is not fire. Cause 4s that just came out, them things was retail $350, and they're going anywhere from $1,500 to $2 grand on the resale market. That's crazy.
Sneaker culture, man, it's epic. It's like there's a lot of underground culture. I wouldn't even say sneakers culture is an underground culture, but there's a lot of cultures that masses aren't aware of, and sneaker culture is a big one. Like, I would say it like, because there's fashion, you know what I'm saying? It's fashion, but sneakers is a subsection of that, and people don't understand how big it is. Like, that's the feast. Like, you got people who collect for years, know the types of leathers and like exclusive releases and all these things. Like, people are in love with this, and I think it all stems from a sense of self-identity. Humans, since we developed consciousness and we developed, objectifying thoughts, we started to realize that, yo, I want to be myself. And these sneakers are how I coordinate not just the sneakers but everything with it. And I would say sneakers is kind of like the base of the outfit. Like, you put out your sneakers on the floor and you build outfits around that pair of kicks. Like, the sneakers are kind of like the core of the outfit, at least for me. So it's like, yo, like, that's almost like visually showing who you are. You know, people are always constantly trying to prove who they are through your actions, through your words. But before I speak, you see me. And through seeing me, I hope that what I wore today portrayed to you the type of person I am, at least to a degree. And I think that's what the sneakers do. You know what I'm saying? And it's that bridge between the earth and you. People who get spiritual with it, man, it's that bridge between the earth and who you are. It's that separation to protect your soul. I was broke growing up. I didn't really get to buy a lot of sneakers, and I started doing this ride thing. I was scraping together months of money just to get one pair of kicks, and then I think it was a big impact for me. I went to Atlanta one time for A3C, and I waited in this line, and they told me, this like, yo, you Chris Rivers, come up to the top floor. I went up there. They put aside like a, I'm size 13, so not a lot of people have that, but they had these funky baby blue and pink Reeboks, and that was the first pair of sneakers I ever got for free, and I was doing music, you know what I'm saying? So that was huge. It's like, wow, I used to hustle up, and I couldn't even afford these things, and now I'm getting famous, and now I don't even need to buy it. Like, that's crazy. I get the shit I couldn't afford before, now I'm getting it for free. Like, but that was huge, and it really showed me, like, yo, like, the amount of that it touched my heart, because I'm not into materials, but the fact that they gave that to me, what it meant, it was huge. And I still got those kicks. I keep them fresh in my closet. I take them on occasions, and it's just real big for me, man.
The sneaker culture was, if you were a fan of basketball, you were a fan of Michael Jordan, you kind of wanted his shoes. It wasn't a big deal as it is now, where every release is limited, there's this, there's that. There was no hype, there was no craze on Jordans. You could walk in 2-3 weeks after they came out and buy them. Kind of like today, but it's in a different form, the reasoning. But it wasn't a resale market on shoes in the 90s. Early 2000s when it started, it still wasn't a craze. It still wasn't nearly as profitable as it is now. people make their livings, feed their family on sneakers. Sneaker culture is integrated with music, fashion, young athletes, even older athletes. You see Ric Flair with Yeezys now. I mean, it's something that it's penetrated through mainstream society. You see people on ESPN, the Grammys, with sneakers with their suits. So it's become something different. It's become acceptable. I wore a pair of snakeskin fours to a wedding, and people were like giving me compliments all night. Like, it's something that you wouldn't think of doing 10, 15 years ago. But with the arrival, especially of Yeezys and premium Jordans, it's acceptable, like I said, in the Grammys, things like that. So things have definitely changed. People would rather buy a pair of Yeezys for $600, $700, $800, wear them a few times, and make $500, $600, $700 back for that shoe. People that buy designer shoes have trouble getting a fraction of their money back after they don't want them, whether it's consignment, selling, Craigslist, however they sell the shoe. So that in itself has kind of also been a big part of the change in what people buy.
It's crazy that sneaker culture has created all these like other businesses off of it. There's a reference point that I use now. It's called StockX, and StockX mimicked a freaking Wall Street like stock exchange, and it's based off of sneakers and what the sneakers are selling for, what they worth, and what they worth now, when's the last thing they sold for, what they expected to sell for. And that's wild, like to see where it came from. It truly just was a subculture. I mean, sneakers been around forever, but certain sneakers is what created the culture, right? Because not all, everybody don't love all sneakers, but now, since the culture is so big, you have to adopt a lot of other sneakers. At one point, it was only dope to have fucking shell-toe Adidas, you know what I'm saying? Or a few other Adidas, like Nike wasn't popping like that. Then they got it popping, so, and then it's transitioned to now to other brands are getting it popping, you know, and I really, really think this whole thing is crazy. It's like I can't tell the exact number, but we could look up the research. It's in the billions. It's a billions and billions of dollar industry.
The culture is filled from all genres, all races, all ages. You have 10-year-old kids from the whitest suburbs to people in the middle of the hood, which we're in the middle of the hood. You have a lot of different influences on the culture, so that's what makes the culture so diverse. And also, that's why nowadays it ain't just about a Jordan. You have Adidas Boost, Jordans, Nikes, different people making their own shoe. Like, look at what Alonzo Ball did, like trying to make his own stamp on the culture. So there's something for everybody, I guess. So it's not just limited to the D-boy with a Jordan on. You know, that image is kind of gone.
I seen fights break out over sneakers. We was at a store, I can't mention it, it's right up the street, and we was waiting for some sneakers that was coming out. There was some Jordan OVO sneakers, and man, first time they're coming out, everybody's sweating these sneakers. They want the OVOs, they want the Drake Jordan collab, and people waited in line all night. In the morning, more people started showing up, and before you know it, it was ruckus. The police was like, shut it down. These dudes started giving out raffle tickets, and people started getting punched in the face, man. That's all I know. I recorded this shit because I was out there being nosy. You know what I'm saying? But I see some, sneakers are wild, man. Like, and that's the light work. That's the light work, like lighthearted part of it. You know what I'm saying? People get robbed for these shits. Like, it's crazy. I see customers buy sneakers and put them in their backpacks instead of the shopping bag because they don't want to take the tea with the sneakers out like that.
There's different entities when it comes to sneakers. You have the retail sneaker, you have the consignment sneaker. The consignment sneaker is the more sought after shoe, the aftermarket shoe, I guess, not the consignment shoe, it's the aftermarket shoe, where you can't find the shoe anymore. If you do, it's usually beat up, hurt, and those still have a value as well. So we have a grading system. We don't really specialize in worn shoes, but catering to the customer, if they want to save some money and get a shoe that looks almost brand new, save a couple $100, especially with Yeezys or some high-end shoes, we leave those options open for the customers. We sell mostly brand new shoes in our store. It's not a great look when you have people come in, whether it's parents, celebrity, or something, and they pick up a shoe and they say it's worn. So we have shoe sections off for that, to have a section just for that, because there is a market for it, and there are people that prefer it pre-owned to save some money because they're gonna wear the shoe anyways. And you have collectors who want everything intact. If the box has a little blemish, a dent, you hear the biggest complaints in the world. But I get that because that's a collector's shoe. I gotta we do customs at our store. These weren't done by any of our store associates. These were done by Sab_1. He's one of the best customizers in the sneaker community, nationwide, worldwide. I don't care who you put him up against. The guy's a beast. He's local. He's from Boston. So he did these, which look like the gas tower in South Boston. I mean, Dorchester, Quincy Dorchester line, right? At the JFK Library.
Yep.
I mean, it's done identical to the T. Then he also did these customs. The detail and the painting, the drip, the rivets going across off the airplane, the Bape thing right there. This is an incredible shoe. Well, the artist's name itself can demand quite a bit of money. Now, the hours put into this and the hours of the customs, he's going to be compensated for, but you will not find this shoe unless it's duplicated by somebody else. You will not find this shoe anywhere. It's one of a kind, one of one. Some people, it's like the craziest, loudest, boisterous shoes are the most popular sometimes. Then you have something that's real subtle that it kind of just falls under the radar, you know? And it depends on each individual's taste.
My shoes so fly to jumping out the towers. Let's have a conversation. Got my Chucks on my feet on my sweet vacation. All black to avoid altercation. I'm a smooth dude like Rude Jude. I get shady 45 grade.